The Kansas City Chiefs had one goal in mind going into this offseason, and that was to improve the offensive line. They did not just improve the offensive line, they completely revamped the offensive line, and without a doubt, they won the offseason with a landslide. The only team that even sees the Chiefs is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I'll talk about them for a later video, but for now, let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and how without a doubt they won the 2021 offseason. We all know what happened during the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes was running for his damn life about every play. There was some crazy stat that he ran for like 400 to 500 yards without even being tackled. Something absurd like that. Then the reason for that being is because the offensive line was garbage, mostly because of injuries. And it was really sketchy to me when they cut both tackles in Mitchell Schwartz and Eric Fisher. That was really sketchy because, to my knowledge, they were both hurt for the Super Bowl, so why the fuck are you cutting two of your only competent offensive linemen? That made no sense to me. Now it makes complete sense because they had a plan. Just a few weeks later, during the free agency period, one of the first big free agency signings, they got guard Joe Thuney to a 5-year, $80 million deal. And you're thinking, how the fuck do they have cap space? They just signed Mahomes to $500 million. I'm sure Tyreek Hill's got a big deal. Travis Kelce's got this big deal. Chris Jones, Frank Clark. They have a bunch of big name guys making big name money. How do they have money? Because they quietly restructured like all of their contracts except for Tyreek Hill. That might be wrong. They found a way to get money and then brought in Joe Thuney. And I mean, I guess maybe it was just me, but from what I saw, we all thought they were done. They got their big guard addition. They got their big name. Good for them. 5-year deal. He is gonna be there. But they were not done. Still during free agency, they brought Kyle Long out of retirement. Which, I mean, I'm no expert. I'm not. But from like the tape that I saw, he definitely looked like he could still play. Kyle Long can definitely still play football, and he is deserving of that starting role with Joe Thuney. And they also brought in center Austin Blythe for a 1-year deal, and we're not done with center talk. We'll talk about more of that during the draft. But yeah, they brought in center Austin Blythe, who is definitely a competent center. Good for him, good for them. That's a pretty win-win deal there. But then during the draft is where they really made another splash, or more so days before the draft, because there were reports a few weeks before the draft saying right tackle for the Ravens, Orlando Brown, was upset. He wanted left tackle money, and the Ravens were like, no, we have Ronnie Stanley making left tackle money. So then Orlando Brown was like, okay, I'm gonna fucking leave then. And I guess no one really said the Chiefs' name during this, or at least not from what I saw. No one was really like, hey, the Chiefs are gonna get Orlando Brown. So just a few days before the draft, it shocked a lot of people, including myself, when the Chiefs traded for Orlando Brown. Just like, hey, fuck it, you want this first round pick, we'll take your second? Hell yeah, that's a great deal. That is a fantastic deal. That is great for the Chiefs. That is incredible. They brought in a great tackle, a great guard. Kyle Long's coming back from retirement, so we don't really know what he's gonna do. But I do trust the Chiefs with that. He definitely should be good. They brought in Austin Blythe, and then that wasn't it for the center position. That was not it. During the second round, they added Creed Humphrey, who, me being a Steelers fan, I really wanted Pittsburgh to pick Creed Humphrey. I do think looked at as the best center in this draft class. I do think Landon Dickerson is the best, but Creed Humphrey is definitely still a stud. So that was not it for the center position. They'll have Blythe and Humphrey have their competition. Then I assume once this season is done and Blythe hits the market, hey, Humphrey, starter, buddy. And that's still not it. That is still not it. We have talked about 2 guards, 2 centers, and a tackle. And that's still not it, because they didn't add these guys. They are just getting them, back from the opt-out list. They are getting Lawrence Duvernay-Tardif, guard, back from the opt-out list, and Lucas Niang, back from the opt-out list. That is 7 players. That is 7 offensive linemen. 2 are coming back. They got 1 during the draft. They got 3 during free agency and 1 for a trade. That's 7 offensive linemen right there. And that is why the Kansas City Chiefs won the offseason. Because They did that shit and no one's even talking about them really. Like no one's even like bringing up their name, and that's something that's really weird to me because this is super scary for every team. This is insanely scary. Patrick Mahomes has that offensive line now, and not even Patrick Mahomes. People are forgetting about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That kid's a stud. That kid's good. Now he has an offensive line in front of him. Now they can rely on the rushing game. That's insane. That is insane. The Kansas City Chiefs, without a doubt in my mind, won the 2021 offseason because they had a clear goal, and they accomplished that goal with insane ease because no one even batted an eye when they traded for Orlando Brown and brought in Joe Tooney. Because they are now improving their rushing game by getting an offensive line and protecting their $500 million man even better. Good for Patrick Mahomes. Good for the Chiefs. They won the offseason, and they'll probably win they will probably win the Super Bowl next year. They are the best team in the NFL. They are. So that's all I got to say today. The Chiefs are insane. And leave a like and subscribe if you want to support the channel. The Lions video and the Chargers video are both doing really well. Lions video might hit 20K today, which is sick as fuck. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you enjoyed and have a great day.